Hey everybody, my name is Larry.
Hi Larry.
This is a song that I collaborated with Mr. Robert Marley. Well, sort of. He wrote this song and I kind of doctored it up a bit. So for the day. So here it is. You're welcome to participate any way you like. You can listen. I got the instruments of mass percussion here. You can massively percuss. You can move. It's all legal and allowed. You are welcome. One love, sing it. One heart. Let's get together and feel alright. Sing out. One love, one heart. Let's get together and feel alright. Let's get together and remember love and kindness. Let's get together, each do our parts. Reach out your hand, you're needing something. Reach out your hand if you got something to give. Sing out, one love, one heart. Let's get together and feel alright. Sing it for the children, one love. Sing it for yourself, one heart. Let's get together and feel alright. Next one, Mr. Carlos. Summer is ending and fall is upon us. Everything changes, so do you and I. The life force is flowing in and around us. The life force is healing our fear. So we sing out one love, one heart. Let's get together and feel alright. Sing again. One love, one heart. Let's get together and feel alright. We all are a part of the love that's coming. We all carry part of the strength and the hope. Life is a miracle, no one can argue. We each carry seeds, now let our seeds go and sing out. One love, one heart. Let's get together and feel alright. Sing it for the planet, one love. Sing it for the world, one heart. Let's get together and feel alright. One more time, sing out. One love, one heart. Let's get together and feel alright. Yeah, I'm feeling all right. Thank you for coming. Thanks for singing.
Good morning. I remember hearing Bob Marley sing that, and the two versions shared one love and one heart. I'm Peter Marmorek. I'll be your service weaver today, and I have things to tell you about the life of our community. Next Saturday, 6 days from now, there'll be Sacred Circle dancing in the Herndale room in our basement. So Dance into Fall, it's a monthly event, and it's facilitated by the Toronto Sacred Circle dancers. It's simple, they're repetitive steps that you learn and dance in a circle. No experience is necessary. Bring an extra pair of shoes to dance in and protect the floor downstairs. Something new here, we have an accessibility committee. Beata, Gail, Kurt, and Helen are part of it, and they're taking action to dismantle barriers that are related to ableism. It's 8th principle work. If you're disabled or chronically ill, please share what you need to feel more welcome at neighborhood. There'll be a comment box coming soon, or if you want, you can write directly to Helen, and her email address is there and will be sent out on Monday. There's a bylaw meeting, as many of you will have heard, October 6th, so that's 2 Sundays from now, when we need a 2/3 majority to pass the recommended amendments. And you can email at bylaws@nuuc.ca if you have questions about that. Our gallery is to my left, to my right, and behind me. 2 parts. The part up there is by Chris Emanuel, neighborhood member, and the part up there and behind me is portraits by Georgina Walker. Many thanks, as always, to Lauren for making such beauty happen. After service, this is the good news, you can stay and get mimosas. Today is Mimosa Sunday. You can chat with the fundraising committee members, learn how you can make a difference at neighborhood with your involvement in upcoming events, and there'll be more about that a few slides from now. There's a clothing swap next Saturday, September 28th, between 2:30 and 4:30. All are welcome, and like all clothing swaps, there's no way of knowing what hidden treasures you might find. So come for more information. You can speak to Joanne, who's here today. Allison and Laura are not. They're away on the choir retreat. Nancy is here. Denise is choiring, and Julia is choiring. So Joanne and Nancy are the people to talk to about the clothing swap. Are you comfortable in the kitchen? There's a new sign-up sheet where you can indicate Sundays that you're interested in helping out. It can be one of 3 ways, either before the service, after the service, or by bringing in either a sweet or a savory item. Back to the silent auction. Oops. They're looking for hidden treasures, almost new or gently used items, gift certificates, items from businesses that you frequent and feel comfortable approaching for a donation. There's a poster with a business letter on the other side of the poster that you can pick up. Details, again, are in our weekly email. And for more information, you can talk to John or Pat, both of whom are here and will be around after the service. The Communications Committee, who does website updates, Sunday service announcements, email announcements, contents for the Cappuccino Room screen behind us, and promotional posters, postcards, signs, bookmarks, could use some help with doing all of those things. If you think you can, talk to or email Tony Rappaport at president@nuuc.ca. Next Sunday, we are celebrating the animals. The four-leggeds, the crawlers, the swimmers, the flyers are welcome to attend this service, accompanied by a human companion. I don't think we've ever had crawlers in, so go for the first. We have? We had a lizard. Okay, there we go. For this theme of love and love is at the center, we're looking for a few folks to share a personal 2 to 3 minute story about an animal in their life and love. If you're willing to offer a testimonial on the 29th, please contact Suzanne. That's her picture in the lower right corner. music@nuuc.ca. Bye, Siggy. Our services are created by our staff and volunteers. Reverend Sally Fritchie, who is watching us on Zoom, Dr. Larry Nusbaum, guest speaker and musician, Suzanne Mazars, music director, Julia Thompson, lifespan learning director, today I'm your service weaver, and Carlos Garcia, nobly managing our AV desk. And we give deep thanks to all of them, as well as the greeters, the money counters, the lifespan learning volunteers, and the coffee committee, all of whom are named more fully out on the poster board in the cappuccino room. Next Sunday will be the celebration of the animals. Kathleen will be our speaker. The music, Suzanne and friends. Deb is the service weaver. And the time for all ages will be Julia Thompson. Welcome to our service here at Neighborhood Unitarian Universalist Congregation. I'm Peter Marmorek, as you probably gathered, and I'll be your service weaver this morning. Looking around, I'm glad to see that most of you have your name tags on, but we did get a comment from someone who was here for the first time that there were a lot of people whose names she couldn't tell. So do remember, if you're a regular and have a name tag, to wear it, as David is doing. And if you don't have a name tag and want one, just ask and we can generate one. We start today's service, as we start all services, by creating a sacred space. I invite you to join me as you are able in a responsive reading of Shari Woodbury's invocation. That'll be easier. Yes, there we go. Again, we ground ourselves here in our highest values. Love is the power that holds us together as a community. Because love is not only something we receive, but something we practice in community. Let us be accountable to one another for doing the work of living our shared values through the spiritual discipline of love. As we continue. And today our chalice will be lit by Natalie Zend, whom I invite up to light it.
We light this chalice to remember, to light the fire within our own hearts.
It's my pleasure to introduce, or for some of us to reintroduce, Dr. Larry Nusbaum, MD, who will be doing it all for us today, both the music and the message and the meditation. Larry is a musician, physician, and psychotherapist. He designs inner guidance tools that help people access the healing power of their intuition and their love. He's been in clinical practice for over 40 years and teaches his methods internationally. We are deeply grateful to Larry for being here with us again today, and now for presenting our prelude.
Thank you, Peter, and thank you, everybody. I'm not doing it all myself. I think we're all in this together. Frog exchange up at the front here. Got a frog, leave a frog, need a frog, take a frog. Or cowbell. So this is a song I wrote some years ago, and it was built for today. The song is called What Do You Love? And you're welcome to join in any way you want. Tell me, what do you love? What makes you strong? Tell me, what makes you strong? And who do you love? Tell me, who do you love? Who warms your heart? Tell me, who warms your heart? Come on and stand for what you love. Take a stand for what you love. That's why you're here. Come on, walk through your fear. Tell me, where do you hurt? Tell me, where do you hurt? Where do you hide? When the pain's too much inside. But you're not alone. So don't stand alone. Reach out your hands. stand. We'll help you stand for what you love, like Natalie here. You can dance for what you love too. Take a stand for what you love. That's why you're here. That's why you're here. Come on, walk through your fear. That's why you're here. Come on, walk through your fear. Come on and stand for what you love. Take a stand for what you love. That's why you're here. You're here now, you're here now. Come on, walk through your fear. Come on and stand for what you love. Take a stand for what you love. That's why you're here. Come on, walk through your fear. You're here now, you're here now. Do what you love. Come on. Do what you love. Stand for what you love. You are what you love. Do what you love. Come on, do what you love. Thank you.
When you say that could have been written for this service, you're dead on. Indigenous people have always acknowledged the land at the start of gathering, ceremonies, and events. At Neighborhood, we offer a land acknowledgement, both as a way to honor the enduring presence and resilience of Indigenous peoples, and of a way of reminding ourselves that we're all accountable to those relationships. So I start by acknowledging the Mississaugas of the Credit, the Wendat, the Anishinaabeg Nation, and the Haudenosaunee Confederacy, who lived here before me and are living here now, together with other First Nations, Inuit, and Métis peoples. I offer my gratitude to the First Nations for their care for and teachings about our earth and all our relations, and I work to honor those teachings. At Neighborhood, we're open to many beliefs, and we try to learn from many traditions. We welcome here anyone who is looking for a spiritual community. If you're here for the first time, a particular welcome. Please stay after services for coffee time or mimosas, depending on your tastes. If you take a red mug, looking out, I don't think we have red glasses for the mimosas, but we'll try and make do. The red mugs signal that you're interested in talking to us about Neighborhood and about what we do here. Our services vary from week to week, so we encourage you to sample several to get a better feel for who we are. This week, for example, we have almost no animals present, whereas next week we will have many. Neighborhood, like all Unitarian Universalist congregations, is non-creedal. There's no single set of beliefs that we all share. What we do share is a mission to empower spiritual growth and shared action for the care of our world. Our theme for the first 6 weeks of this year is Love is at the Center. Today, our theme is Remembering What You Love Can Guide Your Life. In last week's rock ritual, we chose ways that each of us will individually center love in this community. This week, Larry will take us through how that love can guide us. Like all spiritual communities, Neighborhood was deeply challenged by COVID and not being able to meet in person. It was remembering what we loved as a community that kept us together, and so many people in this community were heroic in that. My small contribution was to use my geek skills to offer a creative outlet for our congregants' paintings, photos, writing, soundscapes, songs, and videos. They were all combined together in the Nuckelhead, a magazine of the arts. The Nuckelhead ran for 10 issues. We had all sorts of things from soundscapes to songs in it, and it was one way that Neighborhood let what we love hold us together. Love was at our center. In the words of the Sufi poet Hafiz, and still, after all this time, the sun never says to the earth, "You owe me." Look what happens with a love like that. It lights up the whole sky. And now it's time to greet your neighbors. After you've greeted a few neighbors, turn to the camera, which is in the center upstairs, and wave at the people who are watching us online or who'll be looking at the Zoom video later on. I'll sound a chime to end, but now take a moment to greet the neighbors around you.
Sometimes I struggle to hear you. And with the joys and concerns last week, I was straining a little bit. Okay. Right in your faces. Okay. Thank you.
Larry?
Come on down.
You're on.
most of the songs I've ever written are songs that are inspired by something I'm invited to. This gathering is no exception. So this is the shortest song I've ever wrote. It's only I got one word. I put an O in there. That's just to liven it up. But you're welcome to be part of this. Let's see how it goes. It's my first time too, so don't feel any pressure. That's the humming part. Sing it. Hum it with me. Harmony in there if you like. Do it badly. Oh, love. Oh, love. Oh, love. Oh, love. Think of someone that you love now for them. Love. Oh, love. Oh, love. Oh, love. It's someone that loves you now. Love. Oh, love. Oh, love. To someone who needs love now. Oh, love. Oh, love. Oh, love. To a part of the world that needs love. Oh, love. Let your heart be broken if it's broken. Oh, love. One more for this part of the world, another part of the world. Oh, love. Oh, love. Oh, love. For the earth, love. Oh, this earth, we love you. Oh, love. For love itself, love. Oh, love. Oh, love. Oh, love. Oh, love.
All right, hello. My name is Tab, for those of you who don't know me, and as Julia is choiring, as Peter put it, let's get this out of the way. Now is our time for all ages, and I would like to invite children of all ages to come join me. Yeah. Knew I was gonna need 5 pillows. And our story today, great choice of song again, Larry, is called Love. It's written by Matt de la Pena, and it was illustrated by Lauren Long. You know where to look for the pictures, yeah? All right. In the beginning, there is light, and 2 wide-eyed figures standing near the foot of your bed, and the sound of their voices is love. A cab driver plays love softly on his radio while you bounce in the back with the bumps of the city, and everything smells new, and it smells like life. Love, too, is the smell of crashing waves and a train whistling in the distance, and each night the sky above your trailer turns the color of love. In a crowded concrete park, you toddle towards summer sprinklers while older kids skip rope and run up the slide, and soon you are running among them, and the echo of your laughter is love. On the night the fire alarm blares, you're pulled from sleep and whisked into the street where a quiet old lady is pointing to the sky. Stars shine long after they've flamed out, she tells you, and the shine they shine with is love. But it's not only stars that flame out, you discover. It's summers, too, and friendships, and people. What do you think? Can we go back 1 slide? What do you think is happening in this picture? It's school time. It could be, because summers flame out, too. How are the people in this picture looking? How do you think they might be feeling? Yeah, they don't look very happy. One day, you find your family nervously huddled around the TV. But when you ask what happened, they answer with silence and shift between you and the screen. In your dream that night, you're searching for a love that seems lost. You open and close drawers, lift cushions, empty old toy bins, but there's nothing. You wake with a start, in the arms of a loved one who bends to your ear and whispers, "It's okay, it's okay, it's love." And in time, you learn to recognize a love overlooked, a love that wakes at dawn and rides to work on the bus, a slice of burned toast that tastes like love. Do you see the burned toast? And it's love in each deep crease of your grandfather's face as he lowers himself onto an overturned bucket to fish. And it's love in the rustling leaves of gnarled trees lying behind the flower fields. And it's love in the made-up stories your uncles tell in the backyard between wild horseshoe throws. And the man in rags outside the subway station that plays love notes that lift into the sky like tiny beacons of light. And the face staring back in the bathroom mirror. This too is love. So when the time comes for you to set off on your own, Heavy winds will sweep past your building, and great gray clouds will congregate above. Your loved ones will stand there like puddles beneath their umbrellas, holding you tight and kissing you and wishing you luck. But it won't be luck you'll leave with, because you'll have love. You'll have love, love, love. And now, would you like to carry our lantern?
Wow. Can you feel that? Thank you. Everybody who spoke and didn't speak. All the people that you brought in. I'm not used to being in gatherings that gather this way, so I really have great respect for this community. And I feel grateful to be invited. Remembering what you love can guide your life. I love flowers. I took that picture. I'm fortunate to live on a beautiful lake, and that was sitting there. So it's with me. As we're hearing and we're learning, love is many things. It's not just the sweet things that make Hallmark cards or the great moments. There's tremendous courage that it takes to do the most difficult things in this world. And what I love about this service, it's helping me learn what I didn't learn so much as a kid, not to blame my people, but that love is not just sweet. Love is gritty and helps this world live and survive, helps you all live and survive. I want to tell you a story that helped me learn about the power of love. That love, in fact, can be medicine. I went to medical school. They did not talk about love. It was not on the curriculum. I'm not blaming them, but it wasn't. And I came upon the genuine, real proof of the potential power of love with my Uncle Howard. Let's take a look at Uncle Howard. This is Uncle Howard. Now, Uncle Howard, you see his whole personality right there. He is my funny uncle. This guy is full of love. You can see that. This man, I call him a Jewish leprechaun. He's like Barney Rubble. He's got no neck, and he's got a famous for his laugh, which is and everybody in our family imitates Uncle Howard. Can I hear a gah 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 gah? Yeah, you got Uncle Howard down. His spirit is right in the room. So this story begins at a moment where Uncle Howard was not happy. He was facing a terrible crisis. I was new in my career. I was a fairly newly minted doctor, and I was maybe 7 years into being this mind-body healer, trying to learn the stuff they didn't teach me in medical school. Uncle Howard was in a crisis. He was in a hospital. He had a serious heart problem, and the doctors couldn't control it. He had chest pain that they could not control with medication. It's a very dangerous situation. You may have experienced it. You may have known somebody who's had it, but it's a situation where the arteries in his heart are being squished, and he's not getting blood supply to his heart. And the heart can suddenly stop. That's You can have a heart attack, which doesn't always kill you, but your heart can stop like this. So I walk into the room, sort of this young doctor, and I see Uncle Howard. He's in a room by himself, and his hands are white-knuckled, holding onto the hospital rails on the bed. He was not smiling. His face looked gray, and his eyes looked gray. And he had an oxygen mask on, and he was having difficulty breathing. The doctors gave them all the medications that they knew how to give, and they weren't controlling his chest. It had been about 12 hours of chest pain. And I'm heartbroken, I'm scared, I'm confused. I don't know what to do. I almost don't recognize this man, and we sat there in this awkward moment as he was breathing fast. And in that moment of pause, I had this thought, maybe I can help him relax. Maybe I'll teach him a breathing exercise I learned at a yoga class or something. I said, all chipper, I said, Uncle Howard, do you want me to help you relax? He said, I can't relax. Oh, I felt terrible. I felt like, who do you think you are? This is serious, Larry. This is not a yoga class. This is not some new age hocus pocus. This is serious, hardcore trouble. And I'm busy flagellating myself, shaming myself for asking him this. And then he says, I know I can't relax. Which kind of snapped me out of my self-flagellation. I said, what do you mean you know you can't relax? He said, 6 months ago when I had my heart attack, the doctors gave me a relaxation tape. This is about 30 years ago. It was back in the days where there were only tapes, okay? A relaxation tape, and I'm thinking, that's pretty progressive. What happened? He said, I got worse. Like, what do you mean? What happened? He said, well, I put these headphones on, and this doctor says, it's a beautiful sunny day. And you're walking in the warm sand, white sand. It's so soft. And you're walking into the azure blue water, ankle deep. Hello? There we go. Yeah. And I'm feeling better. And then he looks out into the water. What do you think he sees? Anybody? A dolphin? No. No, not a drowning shell, but the thing was like a dolphin and it had a big dorsal fin. What was it? A shark. Uncle Howard saw a shark. So his heart started racing and he started panicking. He thinks to himself, I can't even relax. I'm such a failure. I'm such a loser. He takes the headphones off, throws them away, and goes back to his room feeling like a loser. Now, I am just making this stuff up right now. I don't know what I'm doing. And I'm just curious. I say, okay, maybe he doesn't like the beach. The doctor likes the beach. This doctor likes the beach. Maybe he doesn't like the beach. Let's try something radical. Let's ask the patient. So I just think to myself, okay, Uncle Howard, what do you love to do? What do you love to do more than anything in the whole world? He said, that's easy. Ski. Snow skiing. And instantly I think, of course, this guy's been crazy for skiing his entire life. In fact, he even opened a little ski shop at Dufferin and Lawrence, made no money. It was called Ski Bum Chalet. He loved it. He was so happy. He loved skiing. So I said to him, Uncle Howard, do you want to try something crazy? He said, I'll try anything right now. I said, okay. I want you to imagine your most perfect ski day. Imagine it and describe it so like I'm in your head and I'm looking out of your eyes. What's going on? He said, that's easy. He said, he looked both ways. He said, I know I could die. You know what I'm going to miss? Don't tell your aunt. Skiing. I'm going to miss skiing. I said, all right. let's go for it. So, where are you? And he closes his eyes, got the oxygen mask on, he's gripping a little less, and he says, I'm at Mount St. Louis. And I'm thinking, Mount St. Louis? Why don't you go to Banff or Switzerland? I went, wait a minute, doctor, back off. This is his dream, not mine. I'm at Mount St. Louis. I'm at top of Devil's Crotch, where the Devil's Armpit. He had the name of the ski run. I'm standing there, and he says, it's a beautiful, clear blue sky day. I can see for 20 miles. Then he does this. He goes, I love the crisp, cool air. Okay, and he says, he gets serious. He says, my buddies Kurt and Helmut are here. Is it okay if they're here? I said, it's okay with me. Is it okay with you? He said, I've been skiing with these guys for 30 years. If I went skiing without them, they'd kill me. So I said, okay. They're all here. Kurt and Helmut, Uncle Howard. He says, what do I do now? I said, I don't know. What do you want to do? What do you want to do? He says, ski. I want to ski. I said, so ski. So he closes his eyes and he skis in his mind. And this is what I see. His face slowly begins to soften. And I see this little smile just from the side of his mouth. And he's hanging on to the bed rails, and he's like now starting to smile. His color in his face changes from gray to it's got life in it. It's got color. And he starts now, his body starts to swerve a little in the body. And I see the moguls under his feet. And then eventually he really gets into it, and he grabs the bed rails, and he starts carving back and forth, and the bed's squeaking. And I'm looking, thank God he had a room by himself. I don't want a nurse to come in. What are you doing to my patient? He does that, and after a minute, he goes, he was amazing. He could open one eye and wiggle his ears. He was like an incredible little leprechaun. Anyway, he said, that was fantastic. Could we go again? I said, sure. He said, good, because the lines are short. So he goes up again, he comes down again, him, Kurt, and Helmut, and that's what they do. And after 2 runs of skiing, he opens up his eyes, and he looks at me. He is shining. He is glowing. His face is red. His eyes are sparkling. I look at him. He looks at me. I said, how are you? He said, I'm great. I said, how's your chest pain? He said, it's gone. I could hear my medical jaw hit the ground. I would not have believed this if someone told me. And then, because his heart wasn't pumping properly, someone had mentioned heart failure. Your heart doesn't pump properly, fluid backs up in your lungs, it's hard to breathe. How's your breathing? I could breathe. I ran over to him and I gave him a hug. And we just held each other. It was like one of the greatest memory moments of my life. And they were saying if they could get him under control, the chest pain, they would do something called an angiogram and go in and find the blocked artery and put something called a stent in or open up the artery. He said, all right. He said, I'm going to have my artery done tomorrow. I paid my taxes. I want room service. I want my artery done tomorrow. Uncle Howard's back in the house, man. He started to look like that. So I go home so happy, so relieved. I tell my family. We're all excited. I come back the next day. The procedure is usually very safe, very benign procedure. I come back the next day after my work, and I come back to the ward, like, he's not in his room. Excuse me, where's Mr. Kornblum? Oh, didn't they tell you? Like, no, what? They said there were some complications. He's in the ICU. Oh, shit. I get scared, and I run to the ICU, and I find the ICU nurse, and they explain what happened. So here's what happened. He went to have the procedure done. They put the thing into his heart to open up the artery. His artery burst open. He started bleeding from his heart. And then his heart stopped. Now, fortunately, it's a good place to have your heart stop. They pulled out the jumper cables, and they started his heart again. But he's bleeding from his heart. And they have to do emergency open heart surgery to try and stop the bleeding and do bypass. He's not prepared for it. They have to save his life. They do it. And to make matters worse, they were able to do it, bypass the artery, and one of the doctors apparently by accident nicked his lung, and he ended up having a collapsed lung. And they weren't able to bring him back fully. He couldn't breathe on his own. He was on a ventilator, and the ship was going down. He was in trouble. So I said, could I see him? They said, yes. So I walked into the room, and I saw him there. And, you know, the ventilator. He was conscious. His eyes were open, and I held his hand. And again, I'm terrified. I forget everything that happened the day before. I hold his hand, and we're just quiet together. And then I think I remember skiing. I think, what the hell? What have we got to lose? I said, Uncle Howard, you want to go skiing? And he squeezed my hand. I said, go skiing. Do ski. He closes his eyes. So he goes skiing. I'm still terrified. I'm holding his hand. And, you know, in the ICU, everything is monitored. Everything is there. I can read it. I understand it. It's my language. I look up. Every single measure starts to improve. His blood pressure, which was way too low, starts to rise. His pulse rate, which was way too high, starts to fall. The oxygen concentration in his blood, which is way too low, starts to rise. The carbon dioxide concentration starts to drop. My medical jaw hit the ground again, like, this is real. I looked at him on the ventilator, and I see color in his face. His face was, again, gray, and I said to him, Uncle Howard, you feel better, don't you? He squeezed my hand. I said, Uncle Howard, you are better. Whatever you're doing is squirting the best drugs into your body. I said, you ski as often as you want, because it is helping you. And I saw a little tear down the corner of his eye. I said, you ski, Uncle Howard. And I sat with him a little longer, and then I went home. I came back the next day. There was a remarkable turnaround. They had him for gone. And he suddenly, after I left, he suddenly got better, and they were able to take the ventilator out, and they sent him to a ward room. I came back, and I said, Uncle Howard, how are you? He says, I'm good, thank you. And I said, did you ski? He said, yeah, I ski. And he said, you know what? They normally wake me up to give me sleeping pills. I said, don't wake me up. I ski, and before I finish 3 turns, I'm asleep. I said, great. Watch out for the trees. Then he said, but I found, you know, I've had open heart surgery. I have a heavy pain medication. When I ski, I don't need as much pain medication, about 1/3 of the amount of pain medication. He said, when I ski, my body knows what to do. And then the physiotherapist comes to him and says, he's in there, it takes a little while. Mr. Kornblum, we're going to prepare you physiotherapy. And he says, great. I would like physiotherapy so that you can get me ready for skiing. He was 65 at the time. And the physiotherapist laughed like you did, said, Mr. Kornblum, be realistic. You have had unstable angina, open heart surgery, a collapsed lung, and you had a heart attack 6 months ago. You're not going skiing. He says, to hell with you, I'm going skiing. Now, what I didn't tell you is Uncle Howard, at this point in his life, was depressed. He didn't exactly use the words. He said to me, I always thought the measure of a man is how much money he had by the time he died. By that measure, I'm not much of a man. But somehow, by you helping me remember skiing, I keep thinking about what I love. And you know what? I want to spend my time doing what I can love, doing what I love that I can afford, spending time with the people I love, looking for what I love. That's what I'm going to do. And he had this remarkable recovery. 2 years later, as he's trying to figure out this love business, and he skis now to go to sleep. He decided, 67, I know what I'm going to do for the rest of my life. I'm going to university with the 20-year-olds. I want to help people find out what they love to do. He took a 4-year course on work and career counseling to help people find what they love to do. People who are chronically unemployed. And he went off to do it. He graduated at 71 with honors. Okay, I go skiing every 3 years. This was a year with an R in it or something like that. My friend calls me up and says, Larry, we're going skiing. He picks me up. Where does he take me? But I forgot. This was years after his thing, Mount St. Louis. We go to Mount St. Louis. It's an ugly day. And I don't know where I am. I'm an intermediate skier, but suddenly the clouds part. And the sun shines, and it's really beautiful. I'm taken by the beauty. And I find myself doing this. And then my mind takes me back to Uncle Howard. And I think, oh my God, he did it. He made it. He's alive. This is a miracle. And as I am like taking this in, everybody's skiing past me. I hear from the ski lift, well, I'm sure I'm hallucinating. I hear Gahug. I said, Larry, what an imagination you have. Wow. And then I hear it again. It's coming from the ski lift. And yes, it's true. It's Uncle Howard. And who is getting off the ski lift right beside him? Kurt and Helmut. Here we are, the four of us again. What? It's like one of those dreams. I cannot speak. I want to call to him, Uncle Howard. And I'm all covered up, and you can't see who I am. I have goggles, mask, scarf. And he skis towards me. And all I can do, he gets close enough, I grab him. And he thinks he's being mugged. His arms are flying. And we fall down and start rolling down the hill. And I finally get my words, and he says, is it you? Is it you? He says, it's me. Is it you? Is it you? Is it me? And we stop, and we're both panting. And I said, Uncle Howard, is this the spot? And he says, this is the spot. Okay, it really happened. If I made it up, it's a good story, but it really, really, really happened. And he lived until his late 80s, and he did lead these groups, and he changed a lot of lives with them. So God bless you, Uncle Howard. So I want to offer you this for the next few minutes. This is medicine that we all carry. You don't have to be a skier. You don't have to like the beach. What we love is an open door to our medicine chest. Power. When we are doing what we love, the best of us comes forward. So I offer you this little exercise. You can do it if you like. It may bring up sweet feelings. It may even be tender feelings like joys and concerns. But know that whatever comes is from your heart and is connected to your love. So I encourage you to remember a time that you were doing something that you love to do. And it doesn't matter what it is. It could be something this morning. It could be years ago. Trust the very first thing that comes to your mind. And it's fine if you get nothing. It might come to you at home or in your dream. First little moment. So imagine you're there. And if it's a general thing, then make up an example. Just imagine living it like a 3D video. Remember that. And notice what you're doing. If there's anybody with you, how your body feels. Just breathe. And as you remember this moment, if it was a video, I want you to pause it on what I call the sweet spot, the heart of it. If there was one moment that just captured the essence of this, pause there in that moment. And you can ask this question. Literally ask the words in yourself. Is there a message from me, from this experience, to help me in my life today and into the future? Ask the words and go with the first thing that comes to you. Yeah, ask, is there a message from me, from this love story, that will help me in my life today? No editing. It's like a seed from a plant you found in a ravaged garden. It's a seed. And if you got an answer, and it's fine if you didn't, your inner world will give you what you can. You can try this on your own later. Imagine living your life forward, living this message, taking this advice from yourself. Just imagine that as you breathe. And as you imagine it, notice if there's an image. If there was an image that captured the essence of you living your life forward, if it might be something you would draw if you saw it, just a little image. You might be more into sensation. Remember this image. It's something you can come back to. And the last part of this exercise is you get to, this might seem a little weird, but you could have a dialogue with anything in the whole universe right now. It could be you in the past love, the current love, anything. So play with me. It's just play. Ask the words, who or what would be good for me to have a dialogue with right now? And don't edit. First thing that comes. And if you're willing to play, it's just play. Who communicates first, you or who or whatever you're having a dialogue with? And just take 30 seconds, a minute. Just talk back and forth. This is something you can continue on your own anytime. Yeah. And thank you for engaging in that. And maybe just one or two people. Just what stood out for you? Do you feel like you want to share something? Can I send this around? Okay, yeah. Anybody want to share what touched you, what stood out for you in that?
Just raise your hand.
Really briefly. Not required. Yes, please.
The vision that I went to was recent, hiking the Bruce Trail with my son. And there was a place I really wanted to go see, this rock that it was a turtle rock I used to sit with years ago. Now the waters are too high, he's under there. And my son just wanted me to find this turtle rock because I happened to mention it. Let's go, let's go. And it's off the trail, it's pretty rugged and we weren't prepared. And he literally had to pick up this pretty big boulder. He was able to make the leap, I couldn't. And I said, it's okay, it doesn't matter. But he picked up a pretty big boulder and moved it. And you know, just going through this process with you, Larry, what I thought of as I did that, it was like the different ways love looks. You know, and you know, we have a great relationship, my son and I, but I'll picture that. Him helping me on my journey is what it went to. As parents, we think it's our job to help our kids on their journey, but my son is a great grown, mature man at 38, and he's now able to help me on my journey, which he'll be doing until I pass. But yeah, love doesn't always look the way we think it looks.
Thank you. Beautiful. Thank you. Maybe we'll have just one more at the back there. I would spend 2 hours to hear from everybody and sharing prayers, but I think you got places to go.
Well, I was 14 and my parents had just come back from Europe and bought me this itsy bitsy purple bikini. Believe me, I was really skinny then. And we lived on an acre, and I just took out a blanket. It was the summer, turned on my transistor radio. The song was Sweet City Woman. I sang at the loudest, and I'm an acre away, and my neighbor comes across the field and goes, "Can you please shut up?" So it's the freedom.
There you go, beautiful. Yeah, love isn't always met with love. Thank you for that. So this is a love seed. I encourage you to share this when you have some space with somebody you trust. You can share whatever came, and you can ask them the same question. Remember a time they were doing something they loved? Try a little memory and receive a message. All right. Thank you so much for sharing yourselves with me and letting me share my uncle with you.
Thank you so much for that. Members of neighborhood choose a variety of ways to give, either through offerings in the basket, predated checks, e-transfers, automatic withdrawals. Whether you're online or here in the sanctuary, the link displayed on the screen leads you to our donation page on our website. I learned today that QR codes are based on the Japanese game of Go. The black and white patterns of the Go board inspired the first QR code. There's your piece of trivial information for the day. In all ways, I ask you to be generous, and greeters, if you could bring the baskets to me, we will now pause, and Karen will sing.
This is called The Quiet Joys of Brotherhood. As gentle tides go rolling by along the salt sea strand, their colors blend and roll as one, together in the sand. And often do the winds entwine to send their distant call, the quiet joys of brotherhood. And love is Lord of all. The oak and wheat together rise along the common ground. The mare and stallion, light and dark, have thunder in their sound. The rainbow sign, a blended flower, still have my heart enthralled. The quiet joys of brotherhood, and love is Lord of all.
If you have found love and acceptance here, if you've found a home for your spirit here, if you've known kindred spirits here, then this is a symbol of your love as we work together for the common good.
So, post-it notes. God bless post-it notes. So now you've learned my one-word song. Very good. And the thing about a one-word song is it tends to want more words as well. So at 8 o'clock in the morning, I finished writing the verses. So you're in the band, and we're going to sing the love song with some verses. Now, I didn't get a chance to put them up there, and I'm going to make most of them up as I go along. So that's kind of the way I live, for better or for worse. But that's how love works, you know? There isn't one way to do it. Here it is again. brought us here will get you through the fear. What gives you hope? What keeps you off the ropes? Tell me. What guides your life? What makes things right? What's worth it all? What catches you when you fall? It's love. Oh, love. Oh, love. Oh, love. Tell me, what can save this world? What's in every boy and girl? What makes us strong? What writes this song? What makes you cry? What wipes your eyes? What fills your heart and helps you do your part? It's love. Sing it. Oh, love. Oh, love. Oh, love. One more time. Sing out. Love. Oh, love. Oh, love. Oh, love. What's the best you can give? The best you can get helps you make amends. What makes us friends? Yes, sing in the background. I need angels, please. I need angels. Sing it. Yeah, you can sing the word love if you like. What can help you heal your mind and help me find what's mine? What's really true inside? What's the gold that's been denied? It's love. Oh, love. Oh, love. Oh, love. Tell me, what do you want to be remembered for? What picks you up when you're on the floor? What breaks your heart and puts you back together again? The greatest treasure you'll ever find opens doors and opens minds. What do we all share that none of us own? It's love. Think of someone that you love and someone that loves you, and the invisible ones that pulled you through. Think of how you survived against the odds, the strength you found when you were on the ground. Where does this come from? Where can it be found? It's love, oh love, oh love, oh love, love, oh love, oh love, oh love. Thank you. I got 20 more verses, but I saved us. Thank you so much. Love to you. I love being with you all. It's a pleasure.
Thank you all for sharing the love. I ask Natalie up to extinguish our chalice, and we'll sing the song with our spectral choir.
Although our chalice has been darkened, we hold the fire within our own hearts.
I would ask you to stand and take a neighbor's arm or hand as you're comfortable while we have a closing blessing.
May you remember that the love that you are. May you remember the love in the little things that reminds you who you are. Remember that what you love is love, and may you shine in your unique way of bringing love into the world. Amen.
Our service is ended. Go in love.